healthy athletes is really an important issue. We want to make sure that our youth athletes are not only coached in a positive way, but they're healthy and that they can stay on the field. So we have this incredible panel here for you today.
Everything that we're really touching on today hits home for me as a former professional athlete and now mother. So I'm really honored to be here, and I'm also honored to be on the board for Positive Coaching Alliance. We have an incredible group of panelists here. Actually, so many amazing panelists. I don't know if I've ever had a panel this big, so you guys are in for a treat today.
I think we're all here because we believe in youth sports. We understand the lifelong benefits of being active at a young age and the life lessons that come with that, not only just from physical health, but the emotional, cognitive benefits we get from that.
Youth sports right now is at a critical time in terms of trying to make sure that we keep our kids healthy, but also make sure that we keep our kids loving physical activity.
If I were to summarize it in one word, why are kids dropping out before the age of 13? It's probably because they're not having fun.
I'm a big believer in reaching and then teaching and caring about the player enough so that when those conversations come up, I'm in a position to do so.
You know, one thing that we see a lot at the hospital that can be addressed with coaches with healthy competition and things like that is to have an idea in your head that there's a lot of other things going on in these kids' lives.
I'm talking to parents about not only this is what pressure is and this is how it gets managed, but by the way you're doing it, and with you putting more pressure on them, the likelihood is that they are going to burn out. They are going to have less fun. The competition becomes more with the parent and less on the game.
Never let the highs get you too high and never let the lows get you too low.
Tony Meola told me a story. He gave up a goal like in the first minute in a World Cup, and then he went on to have the best game of his career. And people would always say, well, what's your best game ever? And he would say that game, and they'd be like, didn't you get scored at the near post and like cost us the World Cup in that game? He was like, yeah, but I was really good after that.
Life is going to go like this, and you know, just because you have one bad game, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get a college scholarship.
How much pressure do you feel parents are putting on their kids to perform for scholarships?
God.
Just threw you a good one.
How much time do we have?
Yeah.
So I was never recruited. I was playing, JV soccer as a junior, splitting time as a senior, and so all of these things that were, difficult obstacles to kind of overcome really affected my ability to persevere through some really difficult times.
The first thing that parents want to do as soon as their son makes it onto a high school football team, they start to ask, what supplement does my kid need, number one? And number two is, what foods do we need to cut out? Your mentality is, I'm going to take away whole foods and I'm going to put in something that's powdered because somehow that will magically make metabolism work better.
I want you to be really good at pitching, and this kid can't run backwards. So I think that's a huge thing that I really try to work on with the kids when they come in is general coordination, general athleticism, and controlling your body in 3 planes of motion up against gravity. I think that's super important.
That translates later on to life because the majority of kids are not going to get to the pros, but sports helps enable them being those better people. And being able to be a team player in the boardroom and looking out for another person that you're working with to raise them up. And I think it's those sort of lessons that we can emphasize and focus on rather than a medal or a ribbon or something that's very tangible. It's more so the relationships within your team members that you're helping to work on and a goal that you're achieving together.
I just want to thank the panel one more time for everybody's time, expertise, and being part of this first event. And again, it's a start to something that's going to be huge. So thank you all so much.